So it's my job really to help them see like, hey, you can't keep going at this rate or you're going to face something like burnout. That's the last thing you want to do. So you want to make sure that you are really prioritizing yourself, and that will pay off in so many ways when you do.
Yeah. And so, how does someone recognize that they need a health coach? So, should they come to you when they are overweight, or should they come to you when they're trying to like look exactly like you, or should they come to you because they're struggling in their careers?
This is such a fantastic question. I think everybody should get a coach. And I'm not just saying that to promote myself and my services, but seriously, so I am a coach. And I also have a coach as well to help me get to my goals. So I think there's some kind of misconception out there about getting a coach that you need to be rock bottom before hiring a coach. I'm like, no, like if you need any kind of assistance, that's investing in yourself. That's the thing. Like, yes, it does cost money, but the return on investment is amazing, right?
Yeah.
So I would recommend it to everybody, but get crystal clear on what you want, what your specific goal is, and what you're looking for in a coach. That's going to be very critical. Just laying that all out there, getting your thoughts organized and recognizing what you need from somebody. And then you can go out and see who would be a good match for you.
Yeah. And since you've made so many pivots, like I know people want to leave their jobs, people want to start their businesses, people want to do, like you said, like you were working 12-hour shifts and you're like, this is not, I mean, even though it's helping me grow, but it doesn't seem to be a good fit at this point. So I'm going to move and do something different. How do you define those moments of pivot, or how do you teach people that okay, it's now time to like move on? Because I feel like a lot of people are just holding on to things that don't serve them anymore.
Exactly. One thing I would like to say is it's extremely important to follow what lights you up inside. And that's what really helped me. When I was in the military, for instance, I got to a point where I was really burnt out. I wasn't happy with what I was doing. And I knew that I wasn't evolving, I wasn't growing. So I took that leap of faith. And so many people in the military told me, you will not make it outside the military, because everybody's comfortable, in that lifestyle. And I was like, okay, yeah, maybe, but I'm still going to go for it. So I applied for nursing school and I got into it. And it was just me really following my passion and refusing to settle for a mediocre life.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to really encourage people, like, stop settling with your life. We only have one shot. Let's make this an incredible life, right? So follow what really lights you up inside.
I love that. Excellent. Now, moving on to some lifestyle choices that busy people should make, trying to be healthy. What would be your suggestion to like busy people? Where should they start with making some of those choices so they can take control of their health?
That's a fantastic question. I like to tell people start your morning right because it makes such a big impact. Your morning routine sets the tone for the rest of the day. And it doesn't have to be 3 hours of meditating or some kind of crazy, wacky routine we're going to see on Instagram or whatever, right? It's just something really simple. And I like to tell people start your day with hydrating first. So instead of grabbing your phone, checking your emails, all that stuff, now put that aside. Grab yourself some water. Make sure you hydrate with water instead of caffeine too. I know a lot of people love grabbing the coffee first, but no, water first. Then spend 10 minutes to yourself and finding something like journaling, meditating, whatever works for you that helps you really ground your energy for that day. That way you can start it off in a positive tone, right?
Yeah.
And then here's the thing. A lot of people skip this part, especially busy professionals. I see you out there. Yes. Eat a good protein-rich breakfast. That is going to do such amazing things for you, especially when it comes to dealing with cravings, binging, that energy crash in the afternoon. You can stop all that just by setting yourself up with a high protein breakfast first thing in the morning. So make it happen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that's the hardest part. So I recently realized that I was working really long hours and I was fully going into my work. I was like, this is what I'm going to prioritize. And I get really like, very tunnel vision and like just go, go, go. And then I realized that, because I was even making time to like cook or anything. So the whole family was eating just like fast food and like ordering stuff all the time. And I was feeling so much more stress. And I was like, this is not the life I want. And at that moment, I could have done two things. One, I could have said, oh, it's my business. I'm not running it right. I should just like move and change. But then I realized, no, it's not that. It's basically what I'm putting in my body is not right. And so let me fix that, and then we can revisit if, if we need to change something on the professional side. But I think so many of us are struggling with more problems because we're not putting the right things, in our body. And whenever we look at the other option, which is to eat healthy, it just seems so complicated and so difficult. So what is your advice to people to make that very, very simple? So like, what is a simple meal that someone can prepare or like start to have a meal habit that essentially would start to fix that?
Yeah, that is such a good point. Just making things a little bit more simple, right? Because there is a lot of noise out there, especially in the nutrition space. You will hear things like, don't eat meat, and all these conflicting information, right? I totally get that. So, like you mentioned, you want to stick with something simple and find something that you enjoy eating and find a way to make it a little bit healthier. That way you can consistently eat that.